Hey, this is Jeremy Nichols, your local Pensacola and Emerald Coast real estate agent. I want to make a quick video to talk about the new requirement that went official as of August 17th, 2024 from the National Association of Realtors, that all realtors have to have a written buyer agreement prior to showing someone a home, whether virtually or in person. There's been a lot of misinformation going around about what this written agreement actually means, what it really requires. So I wanted to try to clear that up for the buyers out there that might be worried about what this means for them. I'll post a link in the video description to the National Association of Realtors Consumer Guide to Written Buyer Agreements so that you can read all of the details for yourself. Now, the most important thing to clear up is that this requirement does not mean that you have to have a buyer's agency agreement with the agent that's showing you the home. If you're being asked to enter into and sign a buyer's agency agreement and are told that this is required, this should be a big red flag for you. Now, while there may be some brokers out there that are really pushing their agents to try to get a buyer's agency agreement signed, this is not at all what the NAR settlement requires. As the guide's title says, it's a written buyer agreement, not a written buyer agency agreement. Entering into a buyer's agency agreement before meeting an agent and touring the first home, that's kind of like getting married before even going on a first date. You need to feel comfortable, you need to like, and you've got to trust the agent that you meet and tour with before you enter into a commitment that a lot of buyer's agency agreements require. Suppose an agent is asking for your commitment to use them before you even meet them. In that case, you might want to find an agent that believes in establishing a relationship before the commitment. These agreements are negotiable and can be changed if you and the buyer agree. The type of relationship that you have with the agreement, the terms of the agreement, all of that can be changed, again, if both you and your agent agree. However, another red flag to look out for is if your agent asks to modify an agreement just so they can get paid more than what was in the original agreement. You might want to reconsider that, since ultimately you're the one paying the fee. These agreements are intended to outline the services the agent is offering and what they'll be paid for those services. These agreements don't necessarily have to dictate the kind of relationship that you have with an agent, so never feel pressured to enter into anything that you aren't comfortable with. If an agent wants to pressure you to commit to them for 6 months or a year or however long before you even meet them, there are plenty of agents that won't require that kind of agreement and are more interested in meeting you and establishing that relationship. So make sure you read the entire agreement and that you're okay with everything that it says. Some agreements will specify how that agreement can be canceled, how it can be changed, but all should spell out how the agent expects to be paid for their services. Now, this is the new norm for buying and selling real estate. And although it's new in most areas of the country, it's been this way for quite a while in other areas. So while you will be required to written into an agreement prior to seeing a home, remember, you have a choice of who you want to work with and under what terms. Again, this is Jeremy Nichols, your local Pensacola and Emerald Coast real estate agent. If you have any questions about this or working with a real estate agent, or any questions about buying and selling homes in the Pensacola, Emerald Coast, Gulf Breeze, Navarre area, don't hesitate to reach out. All of our contact information is in the description below. Thanks.